we can at the same time. Thanks, Jim.
Thanks, Katie. Just a couple of issues before we take a bunch of your questions. The first one is about the outcome achieved by the Qantas workers. The government really welcomes the result and the outcome achieved by the Qantas workers and their union, the Transport Workers Union. This will be a huge relief for all of those workers who are impacted by this, particularly as we get closer and closer to Christmas. I did want to pay tribute to the TWU for the way that they have been dogged and determined to get this outcome for the workers that we all represent. And I wanted to remind you that the aviation sector is one of the main reasons, the main motivations for our same job, same pay policy. We want to close the labour hire loophole because we want people working in aviation and in sectors like it to have job security and decent pay. Our political opponents, Peter Dutton, has said that he will wind back the same job, same pay arrangements. He will reopen the labour hire loophole, and that means workers like these workers would be worse off, their jobs would be less secure, and they'd be paid less to do them. The last issue I wanted to touch on before your questions is around nuclear and the comments from the Deputy Premier of Queensland in the last little while. Now, the Deputy Premier of Queensland and I are from different sides of the political fence, but I think what he said in the last little while makes a lot of sense. Queenslanders don't want to be anywhere near Peter Dutton's nuclear meltdown. Queenslanders do not want a bar of the economic insanity which is Peter Dutton's nuclear fantasy. And the fact that a state LNP government from the same political party and the same state as Peter Dutton has completely repudiated and completely rejected Peter Dutton's nuclear fantasy shows just how mad it is what he is proposing. And if you think about the last day, two important things have happened. The LNP in Queensland have said no way to nuclear in Queensland. That's the most recent thing. And before that, Peter Dutton either deliberately lied or he had absolutely no idea about his own modelling of his only policy. He said yesterday that in the frontier modelling, prices for electricity will go down by 44%. That is a complete lie, or it's an absolutely humiliating mistake because the frontier modelling doesn't model prices. That's one of the flaws. The reason why he won't come clean of the impact on nuclear on power prices is because Peter Dutton will push energy prices up, not down, and that's because he's gone for the most expensive form of new energy. And with that, happy to take some questions. We'll start with Katina.